We're at a moment where everything could change. The world seems to be oscillating between two extremes, a bright, utopian future, or a descent into chaos and destruction. But what if I told you there's a third option? One where humanity not only survives, but thrives in ways we can barely imagine today? Let's talk about the crossroads we're facing. This isn't just another bump in the road. The decisions we make now could define the future for centuries, or even millennia. So what lies ahead? There are three possible paths. First, we have collapse. It's the scenario that keeps us up at night. A catastrophe so severe it could bring civilization crashing down, or even wipe us out entirely. Think about it. What if the worst happens? A nuclear war, an out-of-control climate disaster, or even a biotechnological catastrophe? The threat of self-destruction is terrifyingly real. Did you know that the risk of human-caused extinction is estimated to be over 300 times greater than any natural threat? That's chilling. But let's not get stuck in pessimism, because there's also the plateau. This is the scenario where we manage to avoid collapse, but we hit a wall, progress slows down, and we just stop growing. Imagine a future where we neither advance nor retreat, stuck in a state of stagnation forever. Is that what we want? To stagnate? But here's the most exciting part. There's a third path, transcendence, a future where we push beyond our limits, a future where humanity reaches heights we can barely comprehend today, multiplying into trillions, colonizing distant planets, and transforming into something beyond human. This isn't just science fiction, it's a real possibility. So, which path do you think we're on? Are we heading for collapse? For plateau? Or will we transcend our current limits? The stakes couldn't be higher, and the risks we face are unlike anything our ancestors could have imagined. But if there's one thing history has taught us, it's that humanity is resilient. Our ancestors survived asteroid impacts, ice ages, supervolcanoes, and pandemics. Every time, they came back stronger. But here's the twist. Today, the biggest threats don't come from nature. They come from us. Nuclear weapons, climate change, biotechnology, artificial intelligence. These are the new dangers. Think about this. The soot from a large-scale nuclear war could reduce global temperatures by nearly 10 degrees Fahrenheit, potentially killing more than half of the world's population. That's beyond catastrophic. Yet, even with these existential threats, our species might just be one of the least endangered on Earth. We're everywhere, in every corner of the globe. Our sheer numbers and wide distribution give us a kind of insurance policy against extinction. Even if 99.9% of us were wiped out, millions would still remain, enough to start over. But let's be realistic for a second. How resilient is our civilization? Could we really bounce back from something as devastating as a collapse? The Black Death killed up to half of Europe's population. And yet, a couple of centuries later, we had the scientific revolution. Could we survive a similar hit today? Would our interconnected world recover? Or would it push us back to a more primitive existence, where only a fraction of us survives? The scariest part isn't just one disaster. It's when they stack up and overlap. Imagine a world where global warfare leads to the collapse of industry and agriculture. Then, the few remaining resources are exhausted. And finally, a supervolcano or another natural disaster delivers the final blow. It's a grim scenario, but it's something we have to consider. But let's not end it like this, because there's hope. Even in the face of these challenges, we have the tools to shape our own future. Consider the Svalbard Global Seed Vault in Norway. It's a vault that holds over 1 million seeds from more than 4,000 plant species. A possible lifeline if civilization needs to be rebuilt. But why stop there? Some are even proposing lunar arcs, storing genetic samples beneath the moon's surface, a backup plan for humanity, protected from any disaster that might befall Earth. But the best insurance? Becoming a multi-planetary species. Imagine this: a self-sustaining civilization on another planet. The chances of our extinction would plummet. Sure, we'd face new risks, but wouldn't it be worth it? So, is this future really within our reach? Or are we already at the peak of our potential? In the short term, changes in technology and climate will push us in new directions. But in the long term, who knows how far we can go? Think about this. Every 27 million years, Earth might experience a cyclical mass extinction, triggered by the sun's journey through the dense center of our galaxy. And 1 billion years from now, the sun will grow too bright, boiling away our oceans, snuffing out life as we know it. We're going to have to adapt, or leave the planet altogether. So, what's the plan? One option is to stay and control our planet's future. Maybe even pull Earth away from the sun's expanding reach. Another option is to move off-world. Imagine circular megastructures housing billions, creating new Earth-like environments in space. But wherever we go, our ability to survive will depend on one thing: technology. The technological revolution we're in is unlike anything before. We've seen the cost of solar and wind energy plummet, making them often cheaper than fossil fuels. Biotech and AI are making strides that could radically enhance human well-being. Projects like AlphaFold are discovering new ways to treat diseases faster than ever. Tools like CRISPR could cure thousands of genetic diseases. We are, without a doubt, the most advanced humans to ever live. So, what's next? If these trends continue, we could reach a point where we can regenerate limbs, eliminate all diseases, maybe even extend life indefinitely. Imagine the possibilities. But to get there, we'll need to make technological leaps that are beyond human capabilities. And that's where AI comes in. Already, AI is outperforming humans in designing NASA's mission hardware. It's developing cleaner biofuels, drought-resistant crops, and who knows what's next. We're at the beginning of an intelligence explosion, one that could create an artificial superintelligence far beyond human capabilities. But with that power comes responsibility. We need to ensure AI aligns with human values. The consequences of getting it wrong could be dire. If we can harness AI's power for good, the future is bright. A future without disease, without hunger, where climate stability is within reach. Imagine humans exploring distant planets, creating art and music in ways we can't even conceive today. This isn't just a dream, it's a future we can build. And this might just be the beginning. If we continue to grow our energy usage exponentially, we could reach Type 1 civilization status by 2371, controlling all the energy on Earth. And in a few thousand years, we could be a Type 2 civilization, harnessing the power of the entire sun. But here's the ultimate question. What's our purpose in the universe? Should we aim to colonize the galaxy? Outlive the stars? Or maybe, just maybe, our goal should be more personal. What if we focused on saving Earth, ensuring life continues on this little rocky planet where it all began? Pulling Earth away from the sun could extend the game of life by billions of years. Imagine that. A final act of redemption for humanity, ensuring that life continues to thrive on this planet for eons to come. Only the worst-case scenarios can stop us now. But if history has taught us anything, it's to never underestimate the human race. The future is in our hands, and the possibilities are endless. So, what about you? Are you ready to transcend? Or will we let fear hold us back? The choice is ours, and the clock is ticking.